Welcome, guys, to another episode of Guerreros Podcast. Today we have another special guest with you guys. My name is Jonathan Solis, and right here we have Brandon. And a little bit of a story on this, okay? Anytime I meet anyone, most of the time it's new people, new network, right? Meeting Brandon, I met you at the Driven, right?
At the Driven
event, at the Business Summit, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the Business Summit, and this guy has been amazing, man. He has the energy. He shows a lot of love, and freaking invited me over to his home as well to do a podcast. And here we are, man, in a beautiful home, freaking in Anaheim, freaking recording with two special guests out here that already passed out with us. All right, but I wanted to bring Brandon on because how old are you, Brandon?
Just turned 29.
29, man.
Yeah.
I wish I would have started at 29. Damn. Well, younger, man.
Yeah,
but
younger, right?
I mean, 20s, 30s, we're still young, and seeing all these young people, bro, it's to me, it's pretty cool to see the people that want to grow and expand, right? Especially people that are young like ourselves, and then going out to the actual world that that we live in, and seeing the people that are our age and aren't doing anything.
Yeah.
Right. So for you, brother, you're 29. You're living by yourself.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I was like 30 something until I moved out. So for you, introduce yourself, bro. Let us know who you are, where we can find you, and what you do.
Brandon Lurson. I started Melior Building back in 2020. My social media is Donsen, Donssen. That's Brand Don, the last three letters and the last four letters of my last name, Lurson. That's how Donsen came to be.
That's cool.
I'm a traveler. You'll see on my social media, I volunteer internationally. I do a couple of things. I flip some properties here and there for developers or myself. I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm here.
But he's here. But today he is here. And
today
present.
I'm here.
There you go. And that's a very good lesson, man. That you want to be where your feet are, and that I got from Andy Elliott and Jackie Elliott. It's like you want to be where your feet are, right? So sometimes we are all over the freaking place, right? Like, what should I do? Where do I go? Where do I start? I mean, at the end of the day, you are all over the place, bro. But you have progress in what you're doing, right? It's not like you're staying busy to stay busy, because you can stay busy doing nothing, right?
Yeah.
But you're staying
easily.
busy being productive.
Yeah.
Right? And you're gonna get one of those lessons if you go with life coach Jesse, trust me. But it's one of those things, brother, that people at our age, 20s, 30s, early 20s, 30s, even me, bro, I'm not gonna say I was freaking at the point that I'm at, right? But in my 20s, bro, it was whole party it up. It was whole going out. Do you still do any of that stuff, or are you like, you know what, man, I'm focused on what I need to do?
That's the thing. I feel like I've never. When I turned 19, 20, I left. Like, my parents were going through a divorce, so I left home, and I wanted to get away from both of them. Like, I couldn't live with any of the two.
¿Con quién te quedas?
Nobody, exactly. They're all fighting with each other. I don't want to be part of it. So I left. I got my apartment, and I left my hometown. So I left all my friends. So ever since then, I feel that the bad thing is that on the developmental part of friendships, I lacked in the last few years. Like, I mean, if I go out, I go out mostly by myself. Like, even the traveling, I've done mostly by myself. Mostly everything I do is by myself, and it doesn't help relationships at least that much. And even some of the friends I have, almost just about any and every friend I've had for the last 8 years has been older than me, always. 5, 10 plus years older than me. It's always been like that.
35.
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
Huh?
I was like, I got you. I'm 35. He's not wrong.
But look at Nestor too. I mean, he's a year younger too, and
he's
what he's been doing is incredible.
He's freaking killing it, man.
We just did his expo on Saturday, and wow, the people, everyone he had on there, inspiring. I brought a friend for his first event, Jose. This guy was in love. I mean, I had to drive for 15 minutes with the music up on silent just so he can gather his feelings and get himself together to sort of express the gratitude and the feelings that he felt from that expo.
Dude,
and the same thing me.
That's life-changing events, man.
Oh, it's incredible. And for me too, I mean, every time I feel like I got to get out of those and just spend 10, 15 minutes just by myself, not thinking, but feeling. And so that sort of helps you kind of develop everything you've learned.
No, yeah,
I think Jesse talks about that too.
Yeah,
is that
it takes a while to process this stuff, man. And something they asked me earlier is like, hey, man, they asked me earlier, it's like, do you ever get tired, like, of what you're doing? I'm like, yeah. Like, well, what the hell are you, like, how do you, it's like, I just keep going. Like, there's no, like, there's time to wind down after, you know, but, like, I enjoy talking to people, the networking, which is why I even go to events now, right? Did you just started recently going to events?
3 months. I did one big event, the Koshman event last year, and then I did like two smaller events, and then a year later. So this year, at the end of June, I did Albert's event, and then I did like Meltzer's event. Like I did so many events in the span of 2 months.
Nice.
And that's where I am right now.
Okay. So now let me ask you this, bro. I want to put you on the spot. Why have you applied?
Why haven't I?
What have you?
Oh, what have I applied? Oh,
yeah.
One, you know, so I just told you this before we started talking, but talking to people and feeling comfortable around crowds, it has helped me out so much because I've stayed, again, relationships with people, going out, it hasn't really been my thing for years, but yet in a non-productive way, you could still be non-productive in many ways. But some of the applications I've done is I met this guy, Joe Frausto, so multitasker.
That's freaking cool ass dude too. Joe Frausto.
we got together. This was literally the last hour of the Driven event. On the last hour of the Driven event, William had told me to go talk to him, and like 2 other people had told me, talk to Joe, talk to Joe, talk to Joe. So I went to Joe, I talked to Joe, and we sat through like Lotto's, while he was speaking for the next hour, just on a piece of paper, jotting down what and how we can create his next steps, like how I can integrate this leg of franchising, what he's trying to produce. They just scaled down, and so it was crazy. Within that week, we got involved. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Within 5 days.
The power of networking. Bro.
Seriously, yeah. His VP came out. We talked for 2 hours. I went to his headquarters. He brought out his entire team. I saw how they did everything. Spent the whole day over there, and we integrated that same Thursday, Friday.
To me, it's crazy, bro. I was gonna tell you, it's like you should get into the 5K because when you said development, the only person that comes from my hand was actually Joe Frausto, because this guy has some big projects. He has like a big project going on. So, and I was like, bro, why don't you freaking join more into Albert's? Because when you get into those circles, bro, it's not like people think it's like, oh, you pay fucking 30K masterminds, like you paying all this money. It's like, yeah, I am paying 30,000. Whatever the freaking amount is to get into the rooms. But like, even if you pay $30,000 and you build a relationship like you build with Joe Frausto, like how much more of a ROI is that? Not to say that you're in it to make, like at the end of the day, no matter what you do, you're in it to make money, right? Because of course we have to make money, right? But to build a relationship and make money, right? Like, dude, you pay whatever, you pay 5K, but now you got a relationship.
Exactly.
Like how much more is that relationship worth?
Yeah.
Right? Like you say, your net worth is your net worth.
True. And I align with that so much. And I'll say this too. Last year at the Manny Koshman event, so whenever people say that, because I was the same way. I think everybody's the same way before they start spending money with in networking events. Man, it's kind of, culty. I don't know. There's some weirdness to it. And it's stigmatized a lot. But even if I were to do the math, I'm positive in all my investments by the numbers. Because from the Manny Koshman event, I met people and I did my investments out in Texas. I did 2 properties out in Texas to flip. Because of the Manny Koshman event, I met some guy out in Houston. I went to his event. He does commercial properties, and I decided to dive into some of the network that he had there. So realtors, I met contractors. I made connections, did one wholesale deal. A month and a half later, I got another one. One didn't go as well, but the other one's pretty good. Overall, I made money on both of them. And after that, after Manny Koshman, maybe 2 months later, I did a smaller event for like $25, local networking.
Shit.
Met a guy, he does he's like a commercial broker. And I'm up over like $250,000 in revenue. Because of that one event, $25 event. Isn't that insane?
I love it, man. For me, has been, it's hard for me to apply my industry in the networking events. Yeah. But little by little, like, even you're like, hey, bro, like, I have this garage in Palos Verdes, but you're so far out. It's like, nah, not anymore, but we're out here in SoCal, right? So, but that's literally the power of networking, man. Like, I spend, shit, dude, I think I'm over 30K and all this just this year alone, and personal development.
30K.
But yeah, because it was just the 30K inner circle with Albert, and then the 5K.
Oh, you're an inner.
Yeah, and like the other events that he has, and then I got into the Infinite Growth Expo, into rooms with William Stern, the personal development like, dude, it's all this stuff that kind of just a bowl of a recipe of ingredients to get an outcome, right? It's like when they ask us, like, hey, what's the secret to this? Motherfucker, there ain't no secret. Get whatever it is that works for you, put it together, and get the recipe out. You know,
Yeah.
It's like you can't be like, oh yeah, just do this. Like, have you ever tasted a pizza that tastes good just with cheese? Like, nah, man, put some pepperoni, put whatever ingredients you want to get the outcome that you know what I mean. So for you, what got you involved more? Like, what pushed you? Better yet, what pushed you to be like, I need to push myself out of this comfort zone to actually step out? Because you already knew it was already messing with you, because you were not getting, like, you're shooting yourself in the foot because you're not networking, you're not making anything by sitting by yourself. So what actually pushed you?
I think, I think it like gets really lonely sometimes for business owners, especially when you're starting out, and if you struggle to create that company culture that you would love to have, that sometimes you naturally have in an employer environment, it gets pretty lonely. And like, I feel that's where I find myself, like, you want to be the smartest person you don't want to be the smartest person in the room. And a lot of times in some company culture, at least smaller companies, you kind of always feel like you have to be that person, minus the clients, minus certain people, maybe you hang around. But I think it was a loneliness and not having the community. I didn't feel like it was really hard to find myself standing on a community. And so it's the same way as if you sign up for a gym, right? Like, if you want to get a rigid mind, you go to the gym, you work out, and you're around other people that work out, have rigid minds, and you have trainers, and it's all the same thing. And so I just knew that I just need to be around these people, and I feel like naturally my path will start to enlighten itself. I'll be able to see it a little bit clearer. So it's just like, go ask questions, be transparently yourself, be genuine, be authentic, and then something will come of it.
It's funny that you said that, man. I just put a post yesterday. I think it was yesterday. But basically saying the same thing, man. It's like, until I start basically listening, until I start hanging around people, bro, like, I had no sense of direction. But until, like, once I start getting in the rooms, talking to people, listening to the conversations, things start to make sense. Because now I kind of like, oh, he's doing it. Oh, well, maybe I could get... I started finding, like, I started digging myself out of the freaking woods and start finding my path. And it's like, all right, well, now there's less woods around me, man. Now I can actually see my direction.
Yeah.
So I could connect with that, man. I really can. Has there been someone in particular that has made a big impact on you on this networking events that you've gone to? Or, like, is there someone in particular that you're like, I'm going to be following them for a minute?
You know, one analogy I wanted to plug in is, like, if you're in the wilderness, I feel like you hear the water stream and you know it's there. Mm-hmm. You don't know which direction sometimes, but you know that it's around the corner. And as you go through some of the weeds, you tend to hear that water a little bit more and more and more. I feel like it's the same way with life and the direction of network that you choose to go to. Like, I have one mentor that for the last 5 years, he's a high level, he was a client, he was my first client. And he became a really close friend. He's also like a diplomat. He's self-made. He's has a ridiculous amount of money. And he's somebody that's helped me out for a long time. And he almost encapsulates his father figure. And I realized just recently that everything he ever told me that I couldn't take into effect as immediate as I wanted to came full, like, circle. Where I meet all these people and I love what they're doing. And I get distracted with maybe one lifestyle and then another lifestyle. And then I realize that everything that this mentor had told me is exactly where I wanted and was supposed to be. So it's really interesting. But yeah, no, definitely people like William Stern. Yeah. I like Brad Lee's energy.
He's a cool dad, bro.
That guy's cool. That guy's just
he's
genuinely
got the
cool.
energy, man.
Like he defines cool. Like he is.
He should be next to the
is
picture
cool.
in the Webster dictionary. Cool, and then just fucking put Bradley right next to it.
Yeah. The guy's genuinely cool. I think Albert's a phenomenal person. And I think the special thing with Albert is that you don't realize how genuine and authentic he is until you have to meet him.
You do.
Like you have to talk
That
to
whole
him.
social media thing, bro, is just social media, dude.
I feel like you show that to anybody and they're like, oh, this is
What an asshole.
show-offy guy. Yeah, kind of an asshole.
I told him, I was like, dude, when I first seen you on the freaking coming up on my feet, I was like, who the fuck is this arrogant bastard?
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Buy my shit. Yeah, here I am. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
It's definitely, social media is one thing, man. Meeting people in person, their reality, their family, their actual fight.
Incredible too.
You know?
Yeah.
I got much. To
Such a
me,
great team.
I already told them, dude. I was like, you guys are officially like my big bro, my big sis. Like, you guys are that model of excellence that I want to follow for my business. You know, like you guys are definitely, like, I love you guys. Like, I don't know, like that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because if I can't show you guys that I'm applying what you guys teach me, like what the fuck am I doing? Wasting your time and wasting mine?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I told him, dude, and I keep saying this. I was like, there's nothing in the world that you could give William Stern or Brad Lee or Albert Preciado or Phil Preciado that they can get themselves. Like, what can you give them that they can buy themselves?
Yeah.
Right now, and I told him, I was like, dude, the one thing I can do for you is show you that I'm applying what you're teaching me. That's my way of saying things.
There you go.
I can't do anything else because I can buy you anything.
That's beautiful.
You know,
Yeah.
I can buy you anything. So my only way of saying things is to show you that I'm applying what you're teaching me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very true. That's all they wish for.
That's
and
what
want.
that's what they're
Yeah.
doing. What they're doing, they're
Yeah.
giving you their freaking ideas, their blueprints, their freaking, you know, how they do things, so that you don't go through the same thing, so that you do better. But if me and you do this right now, and there's already some good stuff on here, and let's say freaking Joe over there watches it, and then watches it, takes notes, not necessarily Joe Froster, right? But some other Joe watches it, and then they take notes, and then put the book away and forget about the video, and then what the fuck was that?
Why did I give myself to you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like right now we're doing our part.
Yeah.
We're letting
Sharing
sharing some stuff. After it reaches the people or the masses, bro, like after that you note it down, and I did my work. One thing we can definitely do is grab people by the hand and tell them, hey, do this. This is gonna work. Like, we can't. Right?
Yeah.
It's like, who grabbed you and be like, dude, you have to do this in order for you to be okay.
Yeah.
Like, nobody. Like you say, you moved out and you started your own fucking thing, right? So, how important are mentors to you?
I think I always compare them to dads. I feel like father is a good way to put it, because sometimes we don't take like sometimes there's mentors that we don't look for. I think that happens to most people.
You gotta say that shit again. Sometimes
there's mentors that we don't look for, but they're in our life. And it could be in some cases a client, it could be a friend, it could be a father, it could be an uncle. And that's the problem, that because we didn't look for that mentor, we don't see them as a mentor, like our father. That's why I feel like we don't really listen to the words that our father says sometimes, but then we come around and realize, oh, they just wanted the best for me.
and someone else tells you, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm a fucking.
And when you're going to look for it, you're like, oh yeah, whatever. And it could be even wrong. The thing is, if they don't know you well enough,
dude.
right?
Wow.
If they don't know you well enough, they can't guide you well enough. So the people that are around you that really know you, they're the people that really get your full potential. Like there's this line that says like, love sometimes is just being able to see the potential in somebody else. So I feel like that flows through with everything. So when you develop a real mentor that you feel love towards, they might feel that love reciprocated to you, and then that's true mentorship, right? And so when you go looking for a mentor that doesn't get you, that doesn't give you the time of day, and that really isn't intimate with you or loves you or understands you, then it's really hard, because now it's just a more generic notation of you, right? That's what I realized with Melter, that he wants to completely be involved with the people he mentors.
Yeah.
He wants to, in a sense, know their soul. He asks the right question. He has very limited time, and it's like a no bullshit, but very zen way of doing it. It's amazing.
Yeah, see, I mean, dude, all these people, they just get straight to the point.
Yeah.
Like William Stern says, he's like, I don't care about, I don't want to hear stories, I want questions. And
Yeah.
why do you think that is?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, what do you think that is? That they just want to get straight to the point? Well, or at least this individuals.
I realize that you have to know yourself first. You have to be able to express your true feelings and emotions. You have to express your own problems. You have to be authentic to yourself before you can be authentic to the world. And so if you're directing questions and you're making it short and you're respecting everybody's time, then you really can't fail. I mean, you have to do enough thinking of yourself, enough destruction of your own ego, and then go out and say it to the world to be authentic and to be truthfully. Like if I go out and I say, oh, I'm having an issue, like if I'm layering it, but I'm not trying to lose.
Not be vulnerable, you mean?
Vulnerable is huge.
Yeah.
Vulnerability is gigantic. But if I go out into the world and I sort of, like what I see a lot of people do is they try to not lose the image of looking or feeling rich, but they'll express their problems with like in secondary terms. But it's not a full alignment of their truth and authenticity. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
No, yeah.
yeah, that's what I think. That's what Will Stern, I feel, does.
Go hump your pillow, buddy.
He's like
Go hump your pillow.
He's like straight to the point.
I was like, I want my leg getting humped. I messed up saying hi to you guys. Yeah, dude, I think I'm with you on that. Sometimes the authenticity of people is just covered up, man, by all these layers of whatever it is, man, that they don't want to be vulnerable
Yeah.
in cases. But I mean, it's funny, man, that this word keeps popping up because it's.
Oh my God.
Did you hear you open the door? No shit. That is hilarious.
It's supposed to go up like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go. You're not going anywhere. He's like, oh, you want to hug me? I'm leaving. But yeah, man, I feel like people do lose or they don't show the authenticity of who they really are because they don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to look like, oh, you fucked up, or you have a failure. Like, dude, how the hell you think most people got, or at least the successful people got to where they got to? It wasn't because they were doing great all the freaking time, right? That's the reason we have Guerrero's podcast, to share some of failures of individuals, because I believe failures are the reason why people succeed.
You know what I think it is? It's not even that you're sharing failures, you're just sharing yourself. And we're just naturally imperfect. And so we have failures that are attached to our imperfectness. So it's just you share yourself with the goods, the bads, but everyone has bads.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to show their bads. Like if everything that everybody said, every tradesperson, right, stock portfolio, if everything they ever said was true, and the only thing that's true, there would be no losers in this world. Right? Nobody ever talks about their losses.
Have you ever done any type of trading like that?
I did, and I never talked about my losses.
I'm never gonna tell you about my 20K loss either. That's for sure. I'll tell you how I came up 20. I'm gonna tell you how I lose it.
Exactly.
Right?
I'll tell you how I made $500, but I'll never tell you how I lost 5,000.
Well, but to be honest, let's be honest. The reason why most people lose is from lack of knowledge. Reaching out and finding people to network and actually help them through whatever the problem.
Yeah.
Like, for me, when I was trading, instead of finding people that knew about trading, I just said, fuck it, I give up. Or I tried to do it myself and it was just impossible. But if you find someone that knows what they're doing and they can walk you through, dude, like, it will make it that much easier.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck are you even over there fighting for your life when there's someone that, like, you're trying to reinvent the wheel yourself or trying to make that wheel when someone can literally just be like, here, bro, this is how you do it. And then you just gotta put in the work.
Look for mentors in every space in the road?
Yeah, there you go. Literally.
Just like life.
There's not one single place where you don't need a mentor, honestly. Yeah. If you want to be great at anything, or at least do good at anything, you need someone to guide you in a proper way.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, man, if you're struggling, it's from either lack of knowledge or lack of help, to be honest. Until I got into like freaking the rooms with individuals, dude, everything was extremely difficult. But then you meet different people, different ideas, different perspectives. People talking about I'm in a lawsuit every fucking other week. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want to be no fucking lawsuit, man. But then they talk about it like it's nothing. So you know what I mean? It brings perspective into how things can run and how smoothly things can be, or how difficult, whatever the case may be. For your business, when did you start that, brother?
That was 2020, July 2020.
And damn, dude,
Yeah.
most of the people I'm meeting, they're starting around December because I started November 9th, 2019.
Damn,
December
yeah.
2020.
Oh,
The
right
other guy
there.
was also Jonathan Rodriguez, 2019 as well.
Yeah.
So like all these people that I'm meeting, but they're like within, we're kind of in the same area.
That's an impressive guy too, Jonathan Rodriguez. What the heck? That guy
I had to
launched,
give him a
man.
bottle, bro. I gave him a Don Julio.
Oh, the 70.
Yeah, and he actually had just sent me a text earlier. He's like, "Hey, bro, thanks for the bottle." And when you got it, I was barely replying.
Yeah.
And but yeah, dude, I had to give that man a bottle out of gratitude because this year he has been one of the guys that has made one of the biggest impact, and as well as not just how he is, but the information he shared, the opportunities he has offered, man, that's a great man right there. That's a great leader. So
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I told Tony, I was like, hey, Tony, next time I go down, let Jonathan, I'm gonna bring him a bottle. So I gave it to him, and he left it like right on the table in the back. I was like, you know how many people fucking walk away with this shit, man? But yeah, dude, it's meeting people, dude. It's you ever met what's his name, Leo?
Oh, Ecom?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That dude's impressive, man.
All right. Well, now let me put this picture right here, okay? Because to me, it was impressive to be in that moment. But Leo, Jonathan Rodriguez, and myself were just having a conversation at the 5K or at the inner circle, right? One of the inner circles at the bar. Leo is in a fucking Bugatti level, bro. I'm just gonna say Bugatti level because that's money, right? Like that's a lot of money. Jonathan, he already shared his story where the threshold that he crossed, right, and the projected that he's going to. Before that, he just wanted to get to 5 million. He was like, I'm gonna get to 5 million this year. After that night, bro, and I'm not saying that was the night that changed it, but after that night, Leo walked away, and then me and Jonathan kind of just walked together. After that, right after we had the conversation, and then he's just like, fuck. We're thinking too small, Tocayo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? If you're thinking too small, I'm a fucking thinking small as fuck. Like, bro, like you're going for 5 million. I'm over here, like, fuck, I just want to hit the multi-millions at least this, with the company. And he's like, nah, bro, this guy's fucking making money. And it's like, I'm thinking too small. And I'm like, fuck. Like, whatever happened at that moment, bro, like, I saw it. Yeah. I saw that, like, a bit of a moment for him, And that moment for him was my moment for me too, because I was like, "Well, if that guy is thinking, he thinks that he's thinking too small, then I know for a fact I'm thinking too small."
Damn.
But that's the thing about being in the rooms with people, bro. Like it expands your mind. It shows you the possibilities, man. Like I never in my life thought I was gonna fucking, like to me, like $1 million seems pretty easy to reach. Have I gotten there? No, but it feels that much easier now. Because I'm hanging with fucking heavy hitters. Like, dude, you're doing pretty good. Jonathan Rodriguez fucking killing it. You know what I mean? Nestor. Like, dude, we are in the right rooms.
And this is one thing. Everybody has only nice things to say about you. Everybody loves you.
Who?
Everybody. Just everybody. Like Nick talks good. Everybody that always sees you talk. I'm like, man, I love you.
Oh, I thought we were talking about someone. I was like, hold on.
No, you. Like,
dude,
dude, because you're just you're just pushing yourself, and you're not scared of it. You're not even. You could tell that if you, I want to think of it like an elastic band, or like a non-elastic band. Like sometimes you want to do something and you have an elastic band and it takes a little bit to pull. You're like, you don't even have a band, dude. You got like two things locked in like this. You got a chain.
I move, motherfucker.
You move and everything moves. Like your brain says do it and then you do it. It's amazing. It's like you're always the one to ask the more questions than anybody else. You're always jumping around. Like how many people did you podcast that night after the Driven event when you were out here?
Dude.
How many? I already know it's a ton.
Oh, dude, I didn't even keep track, but it took me, even barely last night I uploaded everything. It took me 2 nights to put up everything and name everything. It was at least, let me see, 10, and then we did the table.
10?
Yeah, so just that I could think of like at least 10 people, and then plus whatever we did on the table, and then before I left, I still did one last run. You know how on our table we did who do you like the most?
Oh, you mean the Nestor thing, or you're talking about the Driven?
No, for Nestor.
Nestor, you did 10?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you mean how many people did I podcast?
On Driven, yeah.
On Driven? Well, I didn't make podcasts. What I did like the small recordings.
Did you do podcasts too?
Uh,
After that, I think I heard you set up a couple of podcasts.
Three
Three
podcasts.
podcasts. What, you did them like within the next 2 days or something
No,
like that?
literally right after that. Like after the event, because it was Saturday and Sunday. Dude, Monday came in. Let's get him out. I knocked him out. Got him done. Went back to
Fly
Richmond.
back. That's crazy.
Dude, drove back. Not even flipped. Drove back. But like today, I had 6 freaking episodes, 6 recordings. The earthquake kicked in.
Yeah.
Kind of set some stuff back. I had another one with Jason, and then later on, I had another one with the dog father. I forgot his name.
Who I heard him reference. I think he was on Albert's.
Yeah,
Calls,
he is.
Right.
And I had him, and then Juan Briseño. So that's another 4 I'm missing today. But at least I got my 3.
Dude, you're moving.
Dude, I'm like, and this is the thing when you ask me like, dude, I want to see the setup. Fuck this setup, bro. Like, don't even think about it. Just freaking start. Get your camera out. Get your phone out. Get your mics out. Start recording. If you mess up, you know what's the worst that's gonna happen? Hey, Brandon, brother, it didn't record. Can we shoot another one? What are you gonna say?
Let's do it.
Bro, just fucking start.
Yeah.
Like, it's tough to start. Yeah, it is. But once you start, like, you start getting your hang. You start getting your flow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I messed up a ton, dude. Even these last 2 episodes, like I said, part of the freaking phone wasn't even recording. Which, let me just check real quick. Seriously, bro, that's how traumatized I am. But part of those recordings, bro, one was missing like 20, 30 minutes. The other one was missing like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I got the whole recording of them. They're just not me, you know.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's all part of it, bro. So if there's the reason why you're asking, or the reason why not the reason, but you're looking for the answer that you already know. You already know what you need to do. You already have the light. You already have the phones. You already got the mics, probably, right? Do you have the mics, right?
Right there.
So, bro, like literally all you have to do is start.
Ask the questions. That's it.
Ask the questions, bro. Like, even if you go to another event, just take your mic, grab the camera, put it on selfie mode, and fucking start like what I did. Like, it's Instagram, bro. It's instant stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like, yeah, hold on, let me put this. Nah, fuck that. It's Instagram.
Yeah.
It's like right now. Instant, right?
I love, like, Nestor has been, he always talks to me about it because I love how he loves to share his struggle from the first expo to the second and how different it's been. I mean, you saw him talk up there on Saturday?
Yeah.
Man, that dude owned the room.
He,
you know,
from the first one to the,
you saw the first one?
I've seen some clips, but
I
from seeing him
it.
on the first time that he spoke to, this time that the way he expressed himself is definitely more confident, confident, a little bit less of a shake on the voice.
Yeah, no, it's a big change, and I strive to be someone like Mario Arizona with that energy, man.
Dang, boy, I chased that guy down. After he finished,
you ran out of there.
I ran right behind him. I was like, Mario, let me get you on. Bro, I was like, yeah, buddy, let's go, man. What's up, man? And it took a minute because there was this one guy talking to him about some conspiracy stuff.
Oh, you were talking about that with Nestor.
And I was like, damn, bro. I was like, I don't want to be rude. I'm just gonna let the guy, like, it's cool, whatever, bro. Like, at the end of the day, God got me. Like, I already know. Like, I wasn't even tripping, right? So that whole
God got
thing
me.
happened.
I love that. See, that's kicked into me.
So, and so this is my phrase, bro. God got me because I got God, right? And I start putting that into perspective, like this year in February when I started getting
same, dude.
Yeah. So, dude, like once I figure out like, hey, God got me because I got God. Like now that I got God, God got me. Like, dude, it's been a big change, you know.
Yeah.
But like I knew that if I'm patient, bro. Like I'm working on my patience, so I knew that I was gonna get to Mario either way. And so, dude, literally, I got to him. The car is like from here to like where the little freaking framing on the other side of the bushes is. I was like, hey, bro, let me just get you on real quick. He's like, yeah, bro, let's make it happen. He's fucking put his mic on. He's taking out his jacket, ready to go in the car. And I asked a question, and he helped us back in the car. And I told him, I was like, bro, the one thing I liked the most was how you went from, how you brought the energy up, right? Like you brought the freaking energy up, you kept it up, and then you switched it over to business, but the energy switched with it. I was like, it was just boom, boom, and bam. And he just stayed. Yeah. I was like, that to me was amazing, bro, because not to control the energy in the room when everybody's like, and not in that hyped up mode, and you bring it back up. It's like, bro, you have power.
Yeah.
You know, that's powerful.
Yeah.
So that's why he was one of my favorite ones. Not to demean anyone else, because everyone was great, but to me, I'm in this thing of transfer of energy. Like if I can transfer how I'm feeling, like hype that up and transfer over to you, like dude, like that's what he did. He transferred that energy over to the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, and I learned that from life coach Jesse. The transfer of energy, and that's why to me it was amazing, bro. Because a lot of people just see the speaker. Like, dude, I go in there and I'm analyzing the thing, like, oh shit, like the way he spoke, the way he presented himself, the way he walked, the way he freaking moved his hands, the way he made contact, the stories he's told, the way he went about his story. He's a really good storyteller.
Yeah.
A great storyteller.
Yeah.
Like his story was great, you know?
Yeah, that was incredible. That people like that is Tim's story too. I mean, that guy, it's probably the years of experience and what he's done, but that guy knows how to push a crowd too.
He's walked quite a bit, man. He's walked a lot,
Yeah.
a lot. There's no, I mean, you can, and you know this because you're in construction, nothing beats experience, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can read it, write it, doesn't matter until you work it.
Yeah.
And that's what Tim's story has, man. A lot of work and a lot of hours in this world, you know, put in.
How many years or how long did it take you to go from, like, I'm guessing that you're very driven to act quick on the things that you want to do, like, you know, all these interviews and getting questions in and setting up podcasts. How long did, I think you're getting what I'm asking you? How long, when did that click in? Or
This year.
How many times do you have to struggle? How many times did you have to fall? How many times do you have to go through all of that? When did it slap you in the face to where you just stopped thinking?
I came to interview this guy, now he's interviewing me. Jesus
but
Christ.
but I'm very curious about it.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
It's
bro. This
very
is beautiful. I love
driven.
it.
It's again the elasticity. You
So-
took away the rubber band and you put on some chains.
So here's the thing, right? Putting into perspective of the rubber band analogy that you put. I always had that fucking rubber band. I'm gonna do this. Whoop, get shot back.
Everybody.
Overthinking.
Jeez.
One was overthinking, analysis paralysis. The other one was saying that I would and I never did, right? So not keeping my word on taking action. All this little, like those two things were the main ones, but bullshitting myself, like lying, like not lying, sorry, letting myself off the hook, right? Those were my rubber bands. Those were the things that would drag me back. And this year, bro, it was all, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to talk about it. I just want to go about it and do it. And that's literally, I was like, if I have to think about it, I know I have to do it. Like, hey, man, fuck, I don't feel like going to. Oh, that's when I know I have to. Because I'm already telling myself I shouldn't. Fuck, like last night, I'm going to put this one into perspective. I didn't do my because I do 50 burpees every night. 50 burpees every night, cold shower every night. Those are like the two non-negotiables I cannot skip. Burpees and my showers. Cold showers every night, burpees every night, 50. I didn't do my 50 when I got here on Saturday. Because I got here at 3 fucking in the morning, right? So I did fucking, I got ready, got in the fucking bed and went to sleep. Like I didn't even do them. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just double up tomorrow. Or when I wake up before I go to bed. So I woke up and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna cut it short. I'm gonna do 20. Boom, and I did my 20 burpees. And then I went to the event. I was like, that gives me just 30 more to catch up to. I got home last night, right? So I had to do 100, right? And I cut 20, now I went down to 80. And I'm like, fuck it, bro, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll do my 80 tomorrow. And I'm like, stop being a little bitch. The fuck are you talking? You better fucking get your ass to them right now. Like, who the fuck are you telling you're gonna do them tomorrow? I was like, you're gonna stack up 80 plus your 50 from tomorrow. That's 130, and then you're gonna be like, I'll do it next, and you're gonna have, you know what I mean? Keep stacking up.
Yeah.
So I told myself, right? Not only are you gonna do your 50, you're gonna think about the 50. You're gonna do 80. I cannot break past 50, bro. That's what I need you to understand. I cannot break past 50. It's a mental thing. I couldn't break past 50. I did my 80, bro. Boom. Boom. Consistent. Not faster, not slower, not fucking burst of energy. And then, no, just consistent. Boom. 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 80. And I was like, well, that's so fucking hard. And then I looked at the time, 15 minutes. To do my 80. I mean, 10 minutes to do my 80, sorry. I'm like, that's not bad. Now, what the fuck would you have felt had you not had done it?
Oh yeah.
Like, bro, like it felt so good to
Yeah.
get that win in.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
in the, it's like to allow, it's like, it's just fucking burpees. You go do 50 burpees. Let me see you do 10. You know how, like, burpees are hard, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it took me 15 minutes to do 20 one time when I first started doing them.
Yeah.
I could do fucking 50 burpees in 5 minutes now.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So it's like to go from freaking doing
Going from I don't want to do them, I'll do them tomorrow, to doing 80.
to just like, and not only that, but breaking that mental blockage of
Yeah.
I can only do 50.
Yeah.
Bro, like the mind is powerful, bro.
Yeah.
So that's why when you ask me like, when did it started this fucking year? Because I was tired of that shit, bro. I was tired. One thing that life coach Jesse asked me is like, hey, bro, because he gets real with that guy, bro. He's like, how much do you think you bullshit yourself last year? Like, how much of last year do you think you bullshitted yourself? I was like, bro, about 80, 60, 80%. He was like, damn, dog. Now imagine if you wouldn't had it bullshitted yourself. Like, look where you got to bullshitting. Now imagine if you didn't. I was like, fuck. Am I still bullshitting myself, bro? I'll bullshit myself. I'll be bullshitting right now if I told you I wasn't. I am, right? I'm still, I'm human, right? Every day there's something to work towards to. But I'm not bullshitting myself fucking 60, 80% anymore, bro. Like, it feels good,
Yeah.
you know? So when you ask me when the fuck did this started this year?
Damn.
Like this year was the 1 year, or not this, well, February, yeah, because that's when I started pulling myself out of the comfort zone even more. And dude, just putting myself in a position of understanding what would happen if I didn't do what I needed to do. Like I could actually see the repercussion, right? I think that's what, like if I move, whatever the fuck is trying to hold me back, bro, you either fucking stay back there, I'm cutting you off, or you're pushing up with me.
Got it.
You know,
Yeah.
like up to this point, it's been family. Like, dude, not that I don't care. I just know that the bigger vision that I have, or the vision that I have, is way bigger than what anyone else in my family or people that I know can see.
Yeah.
And I don't need them to see it at this point. I don't give I don't give a fuck, honestly, because it's my vision. It's not theirs. It's my business. It's not theirs. I'm the one working. They're not.
Yeah.
You know, it's like kind of like you. Like, why did you move out? Because at the end of the day, you had your own thing.
Yeah.
It's like whatever they're doing, bro. That's on them. I don't want to be part of that.
Yeah.
Like, if you were to go over there and tell them your dreams, your aspirations, they'll probably get shitted on.
Yeah.
No, so that's why this year became that year where it was like, yeah, bro, whatever. If I have to think about it, I'm doing it. If I have to talk myself out of it, I'm doing it. If I'm thinking about not doing it, I'm fucking doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just not saying no to God's blessings anymore, bro.
Yeah, I love
Anytime
that.
God says, bro, this is here, I'm there. I don't think I wanna. You don't think you want to? Stupid motherfucker. You know, like, get your ass over there.
That's a privilege.
Yeah, it
To
really
be able to
is.
say that. Yeah.
It really is, and it just
Spoiled, man. We're spoiled.
We really are, bro.
We really are spoiled.
And just, I mean, it's amazing to me, bro, that we can get surrounded by all these people and only a certain amount will actually do something about it.
Yeah.
Because I could tell you, well, now I'm not going to, I remember every single face, but I can tell you all the faces that came to the same room that I came, and only about 3 of them are actually still moving. A couple of those faces, Rafael and Natalie, they were there when I first started my journey as well. My 5K mastermind, I met them there.
That's the couple that does the advertising. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, bro, it just amazes me how people waste opportunities that are right in front of them because they're too stuck thinking about other stupid shit that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Or I mean, at least doesn't make sense to me. It might make sense to them at the moment, but like if for me, if you're struggling or if you're not in a place that you want to and you're focusing on the wrong things, bro, we're spoiled here.
You know what I kind of got from that is I feel we have to forcefully value our time. Where the closer you are to not bullshitting, like when you bullshit yourself, it's easy to waste time in your mind. It's easy to waste a year, 2 years 8 months thinking I'm gonna do this and this is gonna be great, and then like you see it all the time. Someone sparks it. Oh this app idea and it's gonna do this, and they just talk about it, and it's easy to waste your time with that. But the faster you go, you cut in and you just start it, the faster you'll be. Like if you do that enough times with everything you think, you start to value your time a lot more. You start to realize, fuck, this is taking money, this is taking time, this is taking resources, it's taking relationships, this is affecting me physically. You start to value your time forcefully through doing more stuff as you think it. So I think that's what I'm starting to realize, and I'm starting to realize that for myself, because I'm starting to value my time so much more, my thoughts, my energy.
Yeah, you are.
Before that, I feel like just this year alone, I started like dating and then realizing like, I don't want to spend my time with this person, the same person. You know, it's like this person is taking my energy. And
Oh
it's
my
weird.
God.
It gets that simple. And the same thing with friends. You're in a room, you have to be patient, and sometimes you just have to value relationships around you. But you get to decide who you want to see again. And sometimes, yeah, I guess dating made me realize like, fuck, you know, everything and everyone you talk to is an inference of your energy and who you are. So
I mean, they're literally just a reflection of your reality. Like, it's,
Yeah.
when I heard that the first time I understood it,
yeah,
I was like, damn, bro, like, that is true. Because, like, when I was going through the hardships and all this freaking hard stuff, I was literally just talking to people going through that same thing.
yeah,
Like, if you're in a room with all these individuals doing all these great things, like, bro, like, what the fuck you think is gonna happen with you? You're gonna be following those steps.
yeah,
And until I actually understood that, bro, I was fucking up big time. Cause it's like, oh, dime con quién te juntas y te diré quién eres, right? Tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you become, type thing. And I was like, well, I hang out with the smokers, the drinkers. I'm not a fucking smoker. I'm not a drinker. I'm not a coke. Like, they could do that. I don't do it. Of course I don't. Of course I'm not over there doing coke. Of course over there I'm not fucking drinking my life away. But I'm not doing anything with it either. I'm just hanging around with the people that are, joining them, but they're not doing anything with their lives, which means I'm not doing anything with mine. Which, really, what the fuck am I doing then? You know? So then I ended up getting a whole new phone. And I was like, this phone is gonna get filled up with nothing but ¿cómo dije? Point is, it was gonna get filled with new numbers, new circle. That's literally what it is, bro. William Stern, Albert Preciado, Nestor Gutierrez, Jonathan Rodriguez, all the names that I literally, bro, some heavy hitters on there.
yeah.
Like, I call, if they don't pick up the call, they'll fucking call me back, and something happens. Like, dude,
That's incredible, right? Think about where you were last year.
that's what I'm saying.
The contacts on what phone? You know, it's like it's crazy the difference that networking, and it's not just that, but it's a reflection of yourself. If they're calling you, it's because they see something in you, right? And sometimes that's what we need to remember. Like, okay, we're moving. You know,
Yeah.
if William Stern is calling and he's interested and he's keeping up and he's constantly, you know, then there's something in me that's probably important, something that I've done correctly, where I'm trying to, because I value this person and I think that what they've done is incredible. They might see a little bit of that in me.
Yeah.
And so we need to reflect on that.
When you think about it, they're outside of your box. Like, you're in here, and they're
Yeah.
outside of that box.
Correct.
So they see way better from a bird's eye view.
Yeah.
Than you being in here. You know?
Yeah.
And like I said, man, honestly, at the end of the day, if you're young, man, like, I mean, we're young, we're pretty young, but like, if you're in your fucking 20s, in your teens, you know, your late teens, like, there's plenty of women out there, bro. There's plenty of girls. There's plenty of time to party. There's plenty of all that stuff. What would be one piece of advice that you could give to, like, those early 20 people that are dude, I mean, when I was in my 20s, we just pointing up, but there's some 20-year-olds, bro, that are looking for that change, you know? That
Dude.
don't have that mentality of, I'm gonna just party it up in the weekend. They're like, fuck, how the hell do I get the hell out of here this weekend?
Yeah.
Nah, they're looking for a way out into their life, into something better. But they have no idea.
I would say the thing is, addictions are natural to people. An addiction is probably being with girls, alcohol, drugs, whatever it might be. Find the why to the addiction and follow that why, and be addicted to that. Like there's something missing in you, and so I feel it's the obsession you need to find in something else, in something healthy, something progressive. That's
so
it.
grab whatever obsession you have with that addiction and focus it onto something good.
Whatever that void you're trying to fill with that addiction that you don't understand, find it in something progressive. I think that's really to the simplest way that I could put it. At least I would say that to myself.
All I heard was stay away from girls.
Probably. Or find the good one.
Yeah, we'll find a good one. Dude, we just said that earlier at the other podcast too. It's like a good woman will make you, a bad one will break you. That's how it is, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't think there's I mean, there is good words I can give to some younger generations, right? Well, you look at me, bro, and you're like, this fucker's probably in his 20s too. You're like, no, motherfucker, I'm 35 now. I'm 35. And I've lived quite a bit of life, man, from being, like, I've been in the middle of everything, man. And sometimes I feel fake. Because I can relate to a lot of people, dude. It's crazy. But, like, I can relate to certain stories, certain aspects of their lives. And I'm like, bro, am I fucking fake? Or did I just live that much this quick?
Yeah.
So if I could share something with the younger gen, or like the people in their 20s looking for a way out, turn off fucking Netflix. Turn on your fucking your headphones on for podcast, something that helps you get to where you need to. And last but not least, stop listening to fucking people. Like me, bro, it was always that peer pressure. Oh, let's go do this. Ah, you little bitch, you're gonna, like, bro.
Yeah.
Like, how much further? I mean, I'm happy I am where I'm now because I started. But like, how much further would I have been had I started in my early 20s, dude? Like, fuck. I would have been at that level up there with freaking Albert and them too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking making the millions. But, dude, when you're young, literally everything is a distraction, man. Everything,
but you're still young.
Everything, yeah. You want to experience everything.
Yeah. I mean, you're still like, dude, the 30s are the time to build. I'm so excited for 30s, man. I'm so excited for 30s. It's so funny, but I really am. I'm so excited. Like, this is the next decade. I have to move. It's gonna be my everything.
There you go.
It's gonna be my everything.
So in about 10 years, maybe we're gonna come back and see where Brandon is at.
Let's do it.
Hopefully we do it from his yacht. Because who doesn't love a yacht?
Yeah, I
right?
guess so.
But dude, but this is what I'm talking about, bro. Like, you're hungry. You're looking for that, and like I said, you're gonna find what you're looking for, because that's the only thing that happens when you're searching. You find what you're. Sometimes you find what you don't want to find, but it's all part of that journey, man.
I think that's the best thing, finding what you don't like.
Yeah.
My first job was at a hat store, and I realized that people come in, and the best question I could ask is, what do you not like? I'll show you everything else. And I think it's the same thing in life. Like, if you know what you don't like, just look for everything else. Just know what you don't like. That's it.
Everything else will be fine.
Check everywhere else.
Damn, dude.
But you need to know what you don't like.
Yeah, today's been a weird ass day. I wish I could remember every single fucking line that's been popping up today, but every single thing has been like, kind of like what you said today. It's like, look for what you don't like.
Yeah.
Instead of been, most of the time, be like, look for what you like. No, it's the total fucking opposite.
Yeah,
like, look for what you don't like. It makes it easier to find what you like.
Yeah.
Like, there's been, dude, I'll send it to you later, but there was this other line too, kind of like, it's similar along, not that line of find what you don't like, but like that, it had that flow of, most people will say this, but they will put it this way. I'm gonna find it later, bro.
But look at this. Like, when you're looking at $100 bill and you want to see if it's authentic, if it's a real bill, you look at what's wrong with it, not what's right with it. So it's like the same thing, right? It's like just.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, you guys are dropping bombs. I wish I had that thing that Bradley does.
Oh yeah, he does have that.
Dropping bombs. That guy. Yeah, man. I don't know how in the hell this is gonna be. How this is all gonna process in people's mind. Because we're so used to hearing, you gotta find what you like. You gotta find what you like. Look for what you love. nah, fuck it, go look for what you don't love and you don't like, and then you will find what you like.
Mm.
You just like, that's pretty cool.
Well, you spend less energy on it. That's the beauty about it. You integrate it into yourself, and then you find the pattern. Like if you really know what you don't like, you find the pattern. It's like you see that in people, right? Like there's someone fucked you over, and you see something, you know you don't like that person, you don't like that Machiavelli personality, you don't like, you know, whatever it might be. And then you meet somebody else, and you're like, oh, they do something a certain way, they speak about
Red flag
something.
pops up.
Yeah, the red flags pop up, and the same thing with relationships. Like we don't even know it, but we're always looking for what we don't like. But it's really important to focus on that.
Yeah.
So I think that's.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, do you know what a guerrero means?
It's like a fighter, no? Like a.
Yeah. A warrior. Guerrero means warrior.
Wrap up soon, brother.
How much time do you have, brother?
No, whenever, we'll finish this and.
Okay, cool,
get
bro.
through it.
Because we're literally, this is the ending of it. So, let me ask you this: what does it mean to be a guerrero to you? Because you left your house at a very young age, man, to start doing your own thing. So, if you had the cojones to do that, bro, you have a warrior in you to be able to do that from a very young age. Because I didn't leave my house till I was 30, bro, and I was fucking scared out of my ass. So to leave at a very young age, brother, you have something in you. So what does it mean to be a guerrero to you? A warrior.
I think maybe this sounds a little cliche, but I think to be a warrior is in a sense not to know you're a warrior, to not define yourself as a warrior, but to live life being a warrior. And I know that doesn't make sense, but I feel like too many times we put emphasis on the definition on ourselves, and that scuffles it a little bit. Like if we define, like I've realized over the last year that sometimes I come home when I had a girlfriend and she would tell me her Starbucks fell, something simple. And then I just went through like a lawsuit or whatever the fuck it is. Like I just lost a ton of money. And I would think like, do you think that's a problem? Like, let me tell you about my problem. But it's the recognition of that problem that I feel made me less of a man. Like a true man, I would be like, what happened with where did the Starbucks go? How do we clean it? You know? It's that zen. So.
I'm telling you, bro, you're like on the opposite side of what everybody says, dude, but you're making sense of it.
Yeah, well, that's the way I see it. I feel like you just have to really carry yourself. Like you're a warrior, but you carry the essence of strength and courage, and you're just that person, but you don't define yourself through. You're like, that's what it is. I think a warrior is just a man, in the same way it's synonymous to me. And what it is to be a man is you have to know how to struggle, and you have to. I think like Ferocious Buddha, Meltzer's brand. I love it. A Ferocious Buddha. Sometimes I look at my what's this guy, Jonathan Jr. No, JP, JRP, Just Right Painting.
Jonathan Rodriguez.
So I sat next to him and he's telling me what he's doing with his life and how he grew his business. And I'm thinking, fuck. Like every time I try to grow the business, or I am in the middle of growing it and gathering a team, like I'm antsy everywhere I go. I'm like this. I'm thinking too much and I have a million thoughts in my head and I can't listen to anybody else. But then I sit next to this guy and I hear what he did in the last 5 years, and he's just calmly there sitting, sipping his water. I look at people like Meltzer, who literally is scheduled like minute by minute throughout his day, and he's present all the time with everybody. You know?
Excuse me.
And it's not like Ferocious Warrior, but it's Ferocious Buddha. You're just this entity that's just walking among people, trying to help and just being yourself. Like just being yourself. If you're the warrior, whatever you are, whatever strength you carry, that is who you are. Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. You definitely has given a more different answer than many.
Yeah.
So it's not cliche, actually. It's almost a new answer, bro, to be honest.
I love that.
I love it.
That's the way I see it.
It's
I guess.
beautiful. And just to touch on it, I love how, to me, what I heard was you're not supposed to talk about being a warrior. You're supposed to act like the warrior. People will see that through the actions that you carry. But it's more interesting to me because, like, once you say ferocious Buddha, like in my head, all I hear is kind of like ferocious Buddha. It'll be a calm warrior. You know what I mean? Like ferocious, like fucking Buddha.
Yeah.
And then you have calm fucking warrior.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
total opposite. So when you say, it's like, dude, it rings, if that makes sense. Like I get you.
Like if I were to read a book about being a warrior, and then on the other hand, I would read a book about systems, development, self-development, emotional literacy, and I would read all of that, and I would read The Warrior. I feel like you both could become the warrior, ultimately, right? An incredible, a very strong warrior that goes through their problems, that like tackle through walls, but yet you both read or defined your passage or your pursuit in a different way, right? There's ferocity on one side, and then there's development of different channels on the other side that still channel the same way. I mean, you're still trying to go through the wall.
Yeah.
Right?
Damn, dude. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I haven't been left like this where I have to actually think about shit. And so, fuck.
Maybe I think too much sometimes.
Oh, dude, it's been one heck of a day. Dude, I was
No.
I wish I could.
Don't.
We could like continue a conversation, bro. Like for a while, I wouldn't even mind. Like this is actually pretty. Like the way you're. I mean, I don't even know how to put it into words, but the way you're speaking and saying the things is like the total opposite of what someone would say, but it's what someone would say. You know, like, dude, like, you don't go for what you like right now. Don't go for what you like. Go for what you don't like. Well, why the fuck would I do that? Well, because you will find what you actually like. It makes sense. Right? So people will understand. But that's what you're doing, bro. Like, you're saying the total opposite of what someone would want to hear or used to hearing, and then be like, but this is why, and that's why it makes sense.
Yeah,
and it does
right,
make fucking sense.
Yeah.
I love it, brother. Again,
Yeah.
thank you for coming into the freaking
No,
podcast,
thank
brother.
you, brother.
We're gonna have way more stuff coming through. If there's anything we can do for you, you got us, man. You already know.
You're gonna have to be on mine, and I'm gonna battle you with some of those questions, and I'm gonna challenge.
And I'm about to do this. He wants to battle me, but he doesn't know. He doesn't know where he just stepped onto, right? Because you're supposed to have a episode with Albert Preciado, right?
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah. Now watch this. Now put a date on it, bro, because you're on camera. When are you gonna make it happen? I love holding people accountable, man. It's the best freaking thing.
End of September.
End of September.
I'm
gonna hit up Maria. Hey, Maria, has Brandon scheduled in for the end of September?
Don't check Maria. Maria hates me.
Shout out to Maria, man. She's an awesome chick too, man.
Oh, she's incredible.
Making everything possible for the crew, for the team, for the German family.
Yeah.
Big shouts out to you. But yeah, man, there you guys have it. Thank you guys for joining. Stay tuned for another episode. We'll be having, I don't even know who's coming up next, man. We're supposed to do 6 episodes today. We only got 3. But with those 3, I believe you guys will have a lot of value, a lot of gold nuggets, a lot of notes to take, and a lot to implement. So don't forget, we're here for whatever you need. Any questions that you may have for Brandon or myself, please feel free to reach out. Where can they find you, Brandon?
Donsen, Donssen.
And or you can find me at Jonathan Solis or the Guerreros.podcast for Instagram. Anything you guys need, please don't hesitate to ask. And again, brother,
Thank you, brother.
Boom.
Yes, sir.